government, The Simpsons was condemned by the National Council of Churches. They were condemned by the National Council of Churches, and it was a ban that was only lifted when someone pointed out to them that The Simpsons are the only family on TV that goes to church. Anyway, that was 25 years ago. All of that has changed. Now, ministers routinely cite The Simpsons, quote The Simpsons in their Sunday sermons, and I think that's a very good sign of the apocalypse. I'll give you an example. The Archbishop of Canterbury, for months, he kept calling our offices telling us how much he loved The Simpsons. And it was only after like the 10th call we figured out, oh, he wants to do a guest voice on the show. He wanted to be on the show. Now, I don't know if he wanted to be on the show for the fame or to bring the message of the gospel to the people, but if I know a minister's, he wanted to do it because he wanted the $412 we pay our guest stars. We didn't do it. We have never had a religious leader on The Simpsons, but we have had as guest stars almost every prominent member of the secular humanist community. We've had Penn and Teller and Ricky Gervais, Steve Allen, if you remember Steve Allen. Richard Dawkins did our show. He played Satan. And Stephen Hawking, very outspoken, agnostic, I don't know, maybe an atheist. Stephen Hawking has been on our show 3 times. Now that's not the weird part. The weird part is, there have been days where I come into my office in the morning and Stephen Hawking is just sitting there. Now it's not weird he's sitting. That's what he does. The weird thing is, my office is on the 2nd floor, and we don't have an elevator, and we don't have a ramp, and we don't know how the hell he got up there. I think he's faking. So if I can go off on a tangent, I want to tell you about these great guest stars we have on the show. People always want to know, how do you get these good guest stars? And we have a trick. The trick is, if a celebrity has kids, his kids will make him do the show. For example, years ago, we wrote a part for Bruce Springsteen, and he turned us down flat. And then somebody said, hey, you know, Sting has like 6 or 8 kids, many legitimate. So we called Sting, and he was in the studio the next day. The Rolling Stones, they did our show because their grandchildren made them do it. That was kind of weird. And Michael Jackson did our show, not because he had children, but because he had children. It's funny because he's dead. The one guest star we've never had on the show was a U.S. president. We've asked every U.S. president from Gerald Ford to Barack Obama to do the show. They all turned us down. Michelle Obama turned us down. We got very close a few years ago with Bill Clinton. We wrote a part for Bill Clinton, and he sent us back a handwritten letter saying, I would love to do The Simpsons, but I would never do anything that would bring disgrace to the office. Yeah, sometimes they write to the jokes for you.